Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. Over the past couple of weeks, you might have noticed a game popping up in your algorithm. It's a twist on the original Doom and it's called Doom the Gallery Experience. So instead of running around with a BFG blasting demons, you're like strolling through an art gallery with a glass of red wine in your hand, picking up cheese, and instead of health, you're picking up wealth, and then you're admiring famous artworks as you do it. We actually shared a snippet of this game on our social media recently, like about a week ago. I tried to track down the creators but didn't have any luck at the time, and then in like a complete plot twist, the clip went so viral that the team at Scumdog Games actually reached out to us. Apparently some of their friends had sent it to them and it had really boosted the number of people playing the game. Humble brag there. But anyway, I was really happy because so many of you had been posting questions about the game in our comments, and I thought, why not hear it straight from the source? I asked Filippo and Liam to join me for an online chat to talk more about the game. A quick disclaimer, I completely forgot to change the settings before the interview. I wanted it to like auto highlight whoever was talking, and I completely forgot to change the settings to make it do that. So my face is the biggest throughout the interview. That was not intentional, I swear. I've also dropped links below for you to check out Doom the Gallery Experience and another game from Scumdog Games called Scumina. Enjoy the interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this from us. Enjoy. Liam and Filippo, thank you so much for joining me to have this chat. It's such a thrill to have you zooming in all the way from the US. How are you both?
Fantastic. It's, the 16-hour difference is definitely fun to navigate, but
we did well in scheduling this time because am I right? There's a time difference between the two of you as well. Is that correct?
yeah, about an hour. But also there's a day difference between us. So
yes, I know. I thought in some of those emails I'd be saying our interview's happening on Thursday. I thought, oh no, I'm probably confusing them because it's Thursday for me, Wednesday for them. But we're all here. We've nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm just blown away. Obviously, we shared a snippet of Doom the Gallery Experience on our social media last week on our Instagram and TikTok. And I think at the time of recording, it's got like over 1 million views across Instagram and TikTok, which is just wild. How has the response been for you guys? I'm sure it's just been crazy.
It was really unexpected because we created it both like it initially started as a school project for me. Um I'm currently doing my undergraduate, and I had in studio arts and sculpture, and I was doing a mixed media piece, and we created the Doom game as a project for school.
Yeah, wow.
Um, but as part of that, we also started to post it other places because we've made games together before, and it was both like it serves the purpose to submit for class, but also we like to make games.
Yeah.
So it went much further than that. And well, we just like woke up one morning and all of a sudden it was just
That's amazing. Because you only released it a few weeks ago. Was it the 17th of December that it came out?
yeah, actually I think almost exactly a month ago.
Wow. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so glad that the response has been great.
Yeah,
Where did the
much
original,
appreciated.
obviously it started as a school project, but where did the idea for Doom come from? Had you done mods before and so it was just an easy transition for you? Or was it something that you'd always thought about doing?
In terms of like the concept, um it really came from like I've personally spent time in gallery openings and going to museums, and it's kind of like it's the sphere that I exist in, and I find kind of abrasive at times. So I
Mhm.
always I had this idea of, you know, doom, but like it really is just the fruition of exactly what it's what it says on the tin.
It's the collaboration or the combination that we never knew we needed. They just go so perfectly together.
Think I wrote or we wrote in the description like the wonderfully pretentious world of gallery openings,
Exactly.
and it has its superficial abrasive tendencies, but it's also fantastic and a lot of fun
Absolutely.
to
Yep,
participate in. And
absolutely. It's sort of fun sometimes to have an event where you can just be unashamedly a little bit wanky for the evening.
yeah,
Like enjoy your
absolutely.
wine, enjoy your cheese, appreciate art, have wanky conversations, and just marinate in it.
Oh yeah. Just
Yeah.
the whole thing is a huge fermenting pool of you feel hardened afterward.
Yeah, absolutely. Was obviously because when you're walking around the gallery space in the game, what surprised me is that you're going up to these artworks, but then you can actually press spacebar and it takes you to the Met website. Was the Met involved from the beginning, or have they been involved at all, or is it because obviously it's the open access collection? So did they need to be involved at all? Have they reached out? I guess I'm just interested in what that process was like.
We we knew that we wanted there to be pieces on the wall, and we knew that we wanted to have them like interactable and be able to like find out more. But Liam is definitely more familiar with the development side of things, and he really sort of waved a flag of caution about making sure that we, you know, used content that we were, was open source and allowed us to do that because I have not spoken to the Met. I have a feeling it would probably be very difficult considering how high profile of an institution they are. But also just making sure that you can get a good repository of free use stuff. The
Mhm.
Met really showed up in force for having this collection that they really just allow anyone to do anything with.
Mm.
And I mean, for us, it definitely made it in terms of like we were able to exemplify the idea by providing real physical artworks, and then it's exasperated by the fact that you can go to the link and see the real thing, and in some cases it even tells you the location of where you can go visit the real work and what gallery it's in New
Yeah.
York.
I've had lots of people commenting on the post saying things like, this is better than any of the education platforms that I used at school. I'm learning heaps more. People are sort of spending time there, enjoying taking their time reading through information about the artwork. Do you yourselves have a favorite artwork at all?
I'd have to say I really like the sculpture of Diana in the I don't know what you could like the courtyard right there in the pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, just because I remember seeing that as a child when I was younger, when my mom took me to the Met when I was a little kid. So that was a big point for me to make sure we could include it. I was really excited to find that on the repository.
I'm a big fan of all the Egyptian tchotchkes, all the different little colorful items on the shelves. The date ranges are incredible. Like they
Yeah.
span a few hundred years and they're made of all these like very nice materials. You have like golden toe stalls or cat statues made of like really rich blue mineral.
Mm.
I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of those.
I think a lot of people assume that it was a mod using the original game files, but that's not the case. Hey, you built it from scratch yourself. Why did you choose to build it in that way?
So when Filippo first approached me about this, I think it had like a 2 or 3 week due date, and I had never modded Doom at that point, and we were already familiar with the engine we were using. We made a game jam game in 3 days earlier in the year, and I thought it would be good to have something that was, easy to iterate on,
Yeah.
able to be played on all kinds of platforms. Like we really wanted to just make it accessible and easy to use.
And you've definitely done that. And I think the way that Doom is so accessible, but then you're also making this art accessible to people. I mean, I'm here in Melbourne, Australia. I've never been to the Met before. So I think it's accessible on so many levels. And even just welcoming people into the world of art galleries, maybe that can feel like an intimidating world. the world of museums and art galleries sometimes, especially with the opening, the cheese and wine, those kinds of things. So I think it's really welcoming people into a world in a way that doesn't take itself too seriously. Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, it was definitely really important to make sure it was accessible because I mean the thing about Doom can run on anything. I think I woke up this morning and I read an article about a guy that made Doom in a PDF file. He got Doom to run just like you download a PDF file and you can play Doom in a PDF file, which is like phenomenal. You can get Doom to run on anything.
That's
Like years
amazing.
back, I feel like I saw like a microwave. It's it's like a magic game at this point, and the
Yeah.
community around it is so like
Um,
passionate about it.
yeah.
It's fantastic. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, modding Doom is a niche within that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like at least for us, like we didn't have experience modding Doom to begin with, and it was easier for us to, approach an engine that we were familiar with. But also being able to do that allowed us to put it on a more sort of public and surface level um like platform. We were able to put it in a few more places,
Yeah.
and I was able to, you can put a link to it in an email and send it. I got my mom to play it. Like how would you explain to your mother how to download a Doom wad and then do that? But I got my mom to play
That's
it.
so great. Obviously, you swapped out the BFG for a glass of wine, which is genius. And I think a lot of people have been kind of coming up with new names for BFG, which my favorite of those was just they're calling it the BFG wine, which stands for big glass of wine. Um, but the biggest question we're getting over and over and over again is why are there no enemies? Was there ever talk of adding enemies? And then people suggesting what they think the enemies should be. And some of my favorites were like art critics, the working class. There were like plays on words of all of the different demons and things that you can get in the original Doom. Was there ever talk of adding enemies? And if so, who were they?
We we definitely had a discussion about it. I
Hmm.
think we sort of refined the idea of we wanted the walk through the gallery, we wanted the glass of wine, we wanted the interaction with the art.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and both due to time and also I think limitations of the engine and just how we were making things, it really like we couldn't figure out an interaction with any entities. And honestly, I feel like it's better for it. Personally, I think the way we have set it up really it puts the attention on the art more
Yeah,
than
yes.
the the Doom clone aspect. Like I
Yeah,
think that I consider the Doom aspect as the vehicle as opposed to the goal.
I
Uh
agree. Yeah. I wouldn't be
and
surprised if a new mod did pop up where you can throw your BFG wine at something or someone.
I don't think we're opposed to it if somebody can pull it off. If somebody can do it, we support.
One of my absolute favorite parts of the game was the fact that you can, first of all, just hilarious, the fact that you're swapping health for wealth. And you can walk around collecting the money and then you can actually spend your money at the gift shop. Um, I spent $145, but and then I realized I was out of money. So I realized I need to go back and actually find more money so I can afford the very expensive gift shop. But what it did say at the end of the game was that I discovered 0% of the secrets. Um, can you, Liam, give me any tips on where to find those secrets? And is it true that those secrets are beer?
Um, so 2 out of 3 secrets mirror the original Dooms. We
Okay.
wanted to have like there's something for everyone. You can appreciate like the art side of things, or you can come in here expecting some kind of like Doom parody, and you get little callbacks like the secrets being exactly where they were. Just because we wanted to have a little fun, we put our own twists on all of them. So
Oh,
one
that's
of them is indeed beer.
I'm excited to go back and have another explore. Next week here at NCM, we've got a video game design workshop for teens happening, which we're really, really excited about. Liam, for any teens or young people that are wanting to kind of get into this area, do you have any advice? How did you get started?
Oh boy. I think it was like 2014 I started trying to just make little games. A lot of really bad prototypes over the years. Gain knowledge over time, hone your craft. With practice, you get better at what you do.
On the back of the success of Doom, the gallery experience, are you planning anything in the future? Like, what's next for you guys?
We've had a game planned. We've actually got two. We have our first game that we made for the game jam. We really loved the idea that we put behind it. We called it Scummoner. The game jam prompt was summoning. We had to make a summoning game in 3 days. And we really liked the idea we came up with, but with the 3 day time constraint, it didn't really, you can only do so much. So we have plans to definitely make a fully fledged version of that. And then we also have another game that we've been thinking about, which is still very much in the concept phase, but we're really
Great.
excited. We've got a ton of stuff, and we're really excited to start working on that. And I'm very pumped for it.
Feels like you guys are both a really, really great team. You both bring a lot to this creative partnership. So I'm really excited to see what you both do. Thank you both so much for joining me and having a chat today, making time all the way over the other side of the world.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No, I mean, thank you incredibly. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.